The verdict is in the trial of a local mother accused of killing her child. And another fast food holdup. When do you hear what the robber got? Next on Fox News at 10.
Coming up, the verdict is in the case of a mother accused of throwing her child to his death in the Hudson River. Also, a man charged with brutally beating his elderly mother pleads guilty to attempted murder. And cops in Colonie are working to make sure your kids don't get their hands on X-rated flicks. It's all next on the Capital Region's first Fox News at 10.
The Capital Region's first Fox News at 10.
An Albany County jury says this woman is a murderer guilty of killing her young son. Good evening, I'm Greg Floyd.
And I'm Alison Seymour. First on Fox tonight, the jury apparently did not buy the insanity defense, finding Sonora Bolawinwa guilty of callously throwing her 3-year-old into the Hudson River to die. Let's go live to our Kristin Stinar at the Albany courthouse. Kristin?
The jury just came back with the verdict a few minutes ago, and after about 8 hours of deliberation, they apparently decided Sonora Bolawinwa is indeed guilty of killing her son by drowning him in the Hudson River. Now, Bolawinwa had claimed she was insane at the time her 3-year-old drowned, but the prosecution argued she has a history of faking mental illness. The jury apparently agreed by coming back with a guilty verdict of murder in the 2nd degree. Now, Bolawinwa showed very little reaction to the verdict. Prosecutors tell us the biggest hurdle they had to overcome.
I'm just glad it's over. And if she dies, she'll be at peace. She won't have to be beaten up no more. It'll be over. The beatings will be over.
In Albany, Natalie Martinez, Fox News at 10.
There is no let-up in the string of holdups at local fast food joints. Tonight, a lone bandit hit the McDonald's at Madison and Pearl. Cops were on the scene quickly, apparently searching nearby homes, but turned up no sign of the armed robber.
Displayed a note, demanded money, indicated he had a weapon, opened his coat. And the female employee observed what she thought was the handle of a handgun. And he left with an unknown amount of cash and a strawberry shake.
That's right. The robber took time to get a strawberry shake. There have been a number of other fast food robberies around the region in the past 2 months. 2 separate groups of suspects have been arrested in connection with those heists.
The man who brought downtown Albany to a standstill yesterday is back in the psych center from which he was released just days ago. 32-year-old Victor Bruno, who you see here being led away, held police at bay for hours as he stood on top of the 21-story home savings bank. He said he had a bomb and threatened to jump. He was finally talked down. Police say he has done this before in New York City. Today, he was returned to a psych facility in Rockland County. Albany police say he will not be charged.
It's one of the biggest drug seizures ever in Schenectady County, and one of the strangest. A Rotterdam man changes the tail light in a used car he brought 2 years ago. Inside the tail light well, he finds 11 bags of crack cocaine worth close to $500,000. Rotterdam police have traced the car back to a rental car company in Connecticut as they try to find the person who stashed the drugs.
Colonie cops take another crack at cracking down on those quality of life crimes. This time, it's kids getting their hands on some very adult material. As Fox News at 10, Stephanie Gorin tells us in this report.
Police say it happened at video store Club Hollywood, then again at Sheer Pleasure. They sent underage teens in, and the kids walked out with pornographic tapes. Cops arrested the clerks, Stephen McCabe and Patrick Claffey. The owner of Club Hollywood told us he doesn't agree with the way police did it, but says, quote, "We were wrong. I admit we were wrong. We proved 99 out of 100 times. This was just human error." Human error that puts both clerks in a bad situation. Selling porn material to kids is a felony. Under the law, it's considered more serious than driving drunk and endangering the welfare of a child. Both misdemeanors.
We're trying to protect the family setting, the home.
Colonie police aren't just using these sting operations on video places. They're also sending underage kids into convenience stores to see if clerks will sell them alcohol. And they're cracking down on nude dancing at places like American Gems. It seems Mayor Al Jasinski in Schenectady is getting all the headlines for that, but Colonie cops are quietly doing the same thing.
It will send a message out and a signal out to the youth that, you can't do this. The government, the state doesn't want you to do this. Your family doesn't want you to do this, and the police are not going to allow you to do it.
The clerks arrested could go to jail if convicted for more than a year. All that time just because they didn't spend an extra minute demanding IDs. In Colonie, Stephanie Gorin, Fox News at 10.
A state employee is behind bars tonight, accused of masterminding a stolen telephone card scam. Califia Graves has worked in the Office of General Services for 14 years. But police and the Inspector General say since 1993, she's stolen more than 150 telephone card numbers and PIN codes that were issued to state employees. They say she gave the numbers to David Miller. Miller allegedly gave Graves cocaine in return.
Access to the card numbers, and our investigation revealed that she was responsible for stealing those cards and providing them to David Miller.
Police say David Miller gave some of the cards away and used them to make calls all over the United States for drug deals. They say so far they've tracked $100,000 worth of illegal calls. Also arrested for having those card numbers, Layala Hendricks and Constance Hines.
A truck full of fresh bread and cakes crashed in Albany this afternoon. The Freihofer's truck was headed off to a delivery with 20,000 pounds of food. The driver says something malfunctioned and he slammed into a utility pole on Waterville Ave. That knocked out power to streetlights and traffic signals for most of the afternoon. The driver is okay and will not be ticketed.
We'll get ready for a very warm start to the weekend. Here's meteorologist Noah Francis now with the Fox First forecast. Noah?
Thanks, Allison. Very spring-like indeed across the region today, and we'll continue to see some very warm temperatures right into tomorrow before a cold front moves through tomorrow afternoon. Then it's going to turn sharply colder for Sunday. Let's take a look at temperatures right now. Unusually warm across much of the region. In fact, this may go down as one of the milder nights in history for the month of February, as temperatures right now, most locations in the 50s. Now for tonight, we'll see mostly cloudy skies. A few scattered showers, temperatures holding steady in the mid-50s and with gusty south winds. And then for tomorrow, before the cold front moves through, scattered showers and possibly a thunderstorm. High temperature tomorrow all the way up to 63. That could break a record in Albany. And then tomorrow afternoon, after the cold front moves through, blustery and colder and temperatures falling right off the table. All this warm weather is causing some flooding problems out there. I'll detail it coming up.
In national news tonight, 11 people hospitalized after a rodeo accident. A cow got loose while being unloaded at the event and ran into a crowd of children. 10 of the 11 who were hurt were children. There was no performance going on when that accident happened.
Pepperdine will have to wait. Whitewater prosecutor Kenneth Starr says he'll stay on the case. Pepperdine University had announced on Monday that Starr would take over as dean of its law school. Now Starr says he'll stay with the Whitewater probe until the investigation and prosecutions are complete. Pepperdine has agreed to wait for Starr to complete that case.
Coming up on Fox News at 10, if you want to wake up and smell the coffee, you'll have to dig a little deeper into your pocket.
And later, a birth that has zoo officials baffled.
Fox News, brought to you by Huck Finn's Warehouse and more.
Juan Valdez is about to pinch your pocketbook. The price of coffee is going up. Fox News at 10's John James hit the Java Huts and diners today to see if the increase has caffeine junkies jittering.
It's a hill of beans that's about to get a lot steeper.
We've already received a letter from our supplier that it will be going up approximately 45 cents a pound.
Labor troubles in Colombia and bad weather in Brazil are supposedly the culprits. And while the price of a cup of joe at your local diner is not expected to skyrocket, it will be a different story at your local supermarket. Folgers will increase its prices nearly 20%. A 13-ounce can will rise from $2.26 to $2.71. The same size can of Maxwell House will jump 15 cents. For some, price will make a difference.
I'll probably switch to another brand. There are a couple of different brands that are less expensive.
The last time store brand coffee prices soared was in '94. That contributed to better sales at gourmet coffee shops and a new breed of coffee drinker.
Well, why should I pay a lot of money for this kind of coffee when I can go out and spend the same amount on good coffee?
The owner of a local gourmet coffee house says he's not going to jack his prices.
There's no reason why you have to infringe on the customer and increase your profit margin or keep your profit margin higher than you're supposed to.
When the price of gasoline goes up, the consumer continues to buy. It's a necessity. Is coffee a necessity for people? Will they continue to buy when the price goes up?
My guess is that they will, although we have no certainty. Yes, coffee is addictive and caffeine's addictive. You know, maybe some people will drink a little less.
It seems the doctor has a pulse of the people we spoke with today.
I tend to buy what I like.
In Albany, John James, Fox News at 10.
Well, to the thrill of Star Wars fans everywhere, Part 2 of the trilogy opened across the country today. The Empire Strikes Back is giving Star Wars fans a double shot of the Force at the box office this weekend. Folks in New York City happily stood online for tickets to the film that's hailed as the best of the Star Wars series. Here at Crossgates Mall, local fans came prepared to be thrilled for the second time around.
In line, I've been waiting for a long time for this movie, and now I'm about to see it again. Oh, I can't wait.
I saw it when it first came out, Empire, 17 years ago, and I'm back again just to see all the new stuff, and it rules. What else can I say?
The re-release of The Empire Strikes Back doesn't feature any never-before-seen scenes as Star Wars does, only minor additions and the re-mastering of film and sound. So far, Star Wars has grossed $420 million.
In world news tonight, 3 murder suspects who have been held for 18 years were released today. The 3 Irishmen were arrested nearly 2 decades ago for the murder of a newspaper delivery boy. One of the men freed today dropped to his knees and kissed the ground. They were released today at the High Court in central London after the prosecution dropped its opposition to their renewed appeal.
Workers at Britain's Whipsnade Zoo were surprised by the recent birth of a baby rhino. Surprised because no one knew the 5-year-old white rhino mother had made it. But since there's only one male rhino in the zoo, the father's identity isn't much of a mystery. The new baby rhino hasn't been named yet.
Ahead on Fox News at 10, looking to drop a few pounds? Follow your nose.
And in sports, maybe Riddick Bowe's a lightweight after all.
Fox Weather, brought to you by your local Chrysler and Plymouth dealers. And now, Fox Weather with Noah Francis.
Tomorrow's high in Albany is 62 degrees, set back in 1981. Looks like we're going to break that one. In fact, take a look at temperature right now at the airport. Unbelievable for this time of night, this time of year. 58 degrees is the current temp. Mostly cloudy skies. Those south winds really bringing up that mild air from the south. Well, if you lived in Rochester, New York today, you saw your high temperature get all the way up to 71 degrees. Can you believe it? This time of year. And temperatures right now, very mild. Syracuse still holding on to 61. Most locations in the 50s. Glens Falls a little cooler in the 40s right now. We've been watching some rain as well move across the area, mainly up to our north over the Adirondacks, just getting ready to move into Vermont. Very light showers, but it doesn't take much with that frozen ground out there and the rain falling to produce quite a bit of runoff. And for that reason, flood watches are in effect tonight to our north over the Adirondacks and also into northern Vermont. It looks like the precipitation will be light, and except until we head into tomorrow morning, we could see a little bit heavier precipitation, so some of the creeks up to our north could be on the rise. And another problem with all the warm weather, the ice has been breaking up along the Mohawk River and producing some localized flooding problems. So ice jams are a problem tonight from Fonda all the way east into Cohoes. So if you live along this area, you could see a little bit of minor flooding as that ice will begin to pile up in some locations. Here's a look at northeast radar. One batch of precipitation moving through. There is some more precipitation well off to our west. That's the precipitation which will be moving through during the overnight hours into tomorrow morning, so we can look for more rain on the horizon. Tonight's weather map, a warm front off to our north, and southerly winds really pumping up the warm, mild air. It will be a breezy night with south winds at 15 to 30 miles per hour. Just about a chance for showers everywhere you look on the weather map tonight, and that will be true right through tomorrow. We will watch the storm system off to our west, move through the region, so the best chance of rain will be tomorrow morning. Then behind that cold front tomorrow, we could see a few lingering showers, maybe the clouds even breaking up late in the day, and I wouldn't be surprised to hear a rumble of thunder, especially over the mid-Hudson Valley, as that cold front pushes through during the early afternoon hours. Here's a look at low temperatures tonight. Incredibly mild, very cold to the north of that warm front, but 50s over much of the region. Will warm up into the 60s during the midday hours tomorrow, and then by late tomorrow afternoon, some of that colder air sweeping in behind that cold front will fall through the 50s, the 40s, and even into the 30s as some much cooler Canadian air moves into the region. For tonight, look for mostly cloudy skies, scattered showers, temperatures holding steady in the mid-50s. Winds will be from the south at 15 to 30 miles per hour. For tomorrow, before the cold front moves through, scattered showers and possible thunderstorms. High temperature up to 63, looks like we'll break a record tomorrow. And then during the afternoon after the cold front, temperatures really dropping off the table. South winds at 15 to 30, becoming west and gusty. Looks like a very cold day on Sunday, dramatically colder, with a high only up to 27 degrees and then seasonable for the rest of the week. That's all in weather. Greg?
Thanks, Noah. Health news now. Your sense of smell can affect your weight and your attempts at weight loss. As Fox's John Hammarley reports, how you smell your food can affect how much of it you eat.
When it's chow time, more often than not, we plow into our favorite sandwich or lunchtime fare without ever stopping to savor its scent. And that impatience may be a big reason America is so overweight.
Since about 90% of what we call taste is really smell. If you hold your nose and eat chocolate, it tastes just like chalk. It has no taste at all. So maybe when we talk about craving for chocolate, we're talking about the craving for the smell of it, not the taste of it.
Dr. Alan Hirsch helps run Chicago's Smell and Taste Research Center. He came up with a new theory about weight loss by watching people who lost their sense of smell.
We found after they lost their sense of smell, they initially would gain 10 or 20 pounds. So I figured, gee, if when you lose your sense of smell, you gain weight, maybe if we gave people extra smells, they would lose weight.
Nearly 1,400 men and women volunteered to see if they could sniff their pounds away. Instead of smelling real foods like bananas and apples, researchers developed identical artificial scents, in vitro appetizers, so to speak, that volunteers sniffed before each meal.
Found an average weight loss of 2.1% body mass per month in those with a normal sense of smell, that sort of thing, or approximately 30 pounds over the course of the study. Now, that was the average. We had some people who lost over 100 pounds in the course of the study, and a few we actually had to drop from the study because they lost so much weight they became underweight.
And the scent of food is not only limited to the kitchen. If you need a little spark in the bedroom, then forget about perfume. Researchers have come up with a dynamite combination, the scent of pumpkin pie and lavender. And if that combination doesn't work, researchers say the next best recipe for romance is the smell of donuts and black licorice. In Dallas, John Hammarley, Fox News.
People in the news tonight, actress Tracy Gold is a new mom. Gold, best known for her role on the sitcom Growing Pains, gave birth to an 8-pound, 10-ounce baby boy on Sunday. This is the first child for Gold and her husband. The actress has 2 new made-for-TV movies in the works after she takes some time off to be with the new baby.
Up next on Fox News at 10, boot camp gets the best of Riddick Bowe. Blaine has the story in sports.
And there's something a little fishy about Ben & Jerry's latest sweet treat.
Fox Sports, brought to you by your local Chrysler and Plymouth dealers. And now, Fox Sports with Blaine Applegate.
Happy days at Union College, where the hockey program has come of age. Stan Moore's guys tonight taking it to first place Cornell, and we've got the proof. Early in the first, Union in deep, circling the puck around, and the shot, deflected, and there's Russ Monteith with the goal. 1-0 Dutchman on top. Then Ryan Campbell will take the centering pass. He will score to make it 2-0 right through the 5-hole. 2-0 Dutchman. They kept on coming. Campbell working hard out in front. He'll pounce on the loose puck and bury it. That makes it 3-0 Union, leading